Tell him it's unconstitutional to search a woman's horseborn. Well, that could be taken out of context. So far, David Hasselhoff is my favorite part of this entire thing. Nothing like a ton of outrageous clown propaganda to liven things up. I can see what's happening, and they don't have a clue. No means no, bish. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Hi, guys. This is Jen, aka LaureledEevees, and welcome back to Psycholonials. With wonderful breaking reviews such as I hate those girls, hating the writing to the point they're not sure if they can stomach it, liking it for all the wrong reasons, and it being the new problematic fave of the year. We're back with another chapter. Oh, please tell me this gets better. We are like halfway through this, and I'm feeling miserable. Also, another one of the reviews said, this costs too much, this should be less. And I'm like, oh my gosh, $1 per episode, like a little over $1 per chapter seems like such work. Like, I paid less money to get Among Us, and I've had more fun playing Among Us with my friends who live in California than doing this. But that's kind of easy to believe. Among Us is pretty fun. Gosh, but yeah, last time, it seems like the entire world is now going to be kind of aware that Z has done something horrible, and we had like a little bit of a moment between Z and Abby, and, well, I'm not surprised. A, because they showed it in the trailer. I swear that they showed it in the trailer. It's been forever since I saw the trailer, but I swear they had that in there. But also, in Chapter 2, the house had a bisexual sunset. There was no escape. There was no escape. Yeah, again, not the biggest fan of this. I'm hoping it's gonna get better. Please let it get better. I can't. But if you guys are looking for maybe a game where it's mostly story-based, where you have some great 20-something characters being screwed by the man, there will be with big themes of nostalgia, depression, and death, and there's be some spooky supernatural elements to it with an amazing soundtrack. Just play Night in the Woods. Just play Night in the Woods. Just play Night in the Woods. I swear, like, the rainy day music is like the best on that soundtrack. I love it so much. Well, that, and I think like the first dream sequence where you're first hunting down like all the instrument like musicians the first time. I think the music there is good too. Anyway, enough of my rambling on. Let's get started. I'm just gonna go straight to the start menu, and then we gotta pause, and then we gotta go over here. We gotta go to chapters, and we gotta go all the way over here to 4. Yee. Making sure everything's recording. Good. Interlude 2. Oh no. Hussy. Are you gonna tell us that we're right to hate these girls? Okay. Uh-oh, looks like the authorities are finally closing in. You knew this was coming, right? You've been sloppy, Jen. You set up a shoddy alibi, pinned the crap on an innocent simp for some reason, and started babbling to the first responder about the witness protection program, for God's sakes. Lol, we're not exactly dealing with a master criminal here, but I will say this much. We are dealing with a criminal who's got guts. And wherever there exist people with guts, there exist people who stand a chance. It took guts to dump that car in the Sound. It took guts to play it cool and start an awesome media empire out of the house of a highly visible internet celebrity. And it'll take even more guts to manage a brand with 1 million followers while you're a wanted felon making national headlines. I mean, Some celebrities can pull it off. Am I right, boys? Anyway. So maybe it's time to put those guts to use. Maybe you're ready to make a real choice. You could always delete your account to pretend this never happened. That probably would save you a ton of trouble. Or you could charge full steam ahead, screw the news, screw the haters, screw the police. There isn't a force in heaven on earth that would slow your brand down now. Wait, so heaven is real? Sorry. So what it'll be, Jen? Well, can't stop now. Let's go burn this whole mother trucker down. Oh, can't make a choice, can we? Haha, whoops, okay, this is my fault. Thought so, hussy. I knew dang well this wouldn't work. If I'm being totally honest, I just wanted to say hello again, to remind you that I exist, to remind you what the stakes are. The facts have remained unchanged, though. The ability to make meaningful choices in this story are still only allowed to be unlocked by a true successor. And that still ain't you, but it does look like you're making some progress, so don't give up hope just yet. I'll check back in on you soon enough. Just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. And I think we both know what that's gonna be, lol, because you're a fighter, Jen. That's what I love about you. I mean, it feels bad to be throwing, like, all the hate on this, because Hussey literally made this, like, during, like, his depressive stint in, you know, quarantine. So it feels really crappy to do that. But then again, Texas is supposed to be opening up next week, 100%. Anyway, 2 weeks later, the house is still pink. But there's now a pink line coming from the house to this place over here. I guess we're following Jen? You can't see me 'cause I'm wearing a hoodie and shades and a hat. We've gone full like Avengers here. As an outlaw in the national spotlight, you've had to adapt your lifestyle over the last couple weeks. You can only assume the police have been keeping an eye on Abby's house. Rather than trap yourself in your studio around the clock, you've worked out a means of getting outside while staying under the radar. I swear, if David Hasselhoff gets shot by the police... You slip out the back, head towards the beach. Abby was kind enough to provide you with her most expensive vehicle, the 2017 Bentley Continental, parked about 5 minutes down the coast. It's the least she could do, you think, given the life of austerity you've been otherwise forced to live as a fugitive. Driving a car down the beach. Oh wait, no, she had to drive to get to the beach. Interesting. Sports. Soon enough, you'll need to get some automotive mobility for practical purposes, but for now, it's good just to get out of the house and drive so you can think. So much has happened in the past couple weeks. It's hard to keep track of it all. But you guess that's just life now. A little time alone behind the wheel of a luxury vehicle should help you organize your thoughts. Since you relaunched your brand, never in your wildest dreams did you imagine having more followers than Abby, let alone leapfrogging over her so quickly. Okay, let's take a look. 413 posts and 612 million followers. Hell yeah! Her following has been ticking up steadily too, but it's nothing compared to the rate of your fandom's growth. You are the star of this circus, and now even Abby's fan base has to admit she's becoming a close-orbiting satellite to your brand, rather than the other way around, as it once was. Something about the chaotic energy of the Jubilite craze, combined with the drama of the dead cop scandal, has resulted in transforming your social media presence into phenomenon status. The media has become obsessed. It's fascinating to many for its unusual and incendiary ideological focus, and just as captivating to others for resembling a slow-motion train wreck. Yeah, this is a very slow-motion train wreck. There's a sense among your millions of new followers that the more sensational criminal elements surrounding the daily drama of your brand will only get worse, and the people are here for it. You adamantly deny the accusations, of course, and expertly weave these denunciations into your performance to magnify the attention to your accounts. Since the natural targets of your screeds are the corrupt government, corporations, and the police forces around the nation, which only service to protect their power and wealth, it's been pretty easy to conjure a narrative framing these accusations as an attempt by powerful forces to silence you. You know, or you're just a piece of garbage, stealing from people. By the looks of it, most of your followers are willing to believe your denunciations, and not many of them are big fans of law enforcement to begin with anyway. It's just more fuel for your showmanship, a story that's easy to sell to the hungry crowd. Almost as easy to sell as Abby's parents have been on your recent pranksis efforts. Okay, that front. It's been like shooting fish in a barrel. Abby has her dad deeply concerned about market volatility and selling off huge amounts of stock to buy Bitcoin, which he then enthusiastically funnels into your spoof wallet. You and Percy have been working her mom, who's been doing the same thing with a totally separate spoof wallet unbeknownst to her husband, in anticipation of carving out a portion of their assets, which she can make off with after their imminent divorce. Every time they make new deposits, you're sure to quickly reroute those funds to offshore accounts under your control. Meanwhile, you maintain fake back and forth back-end sites for them to look at, which makes it appear their deposits are still secure. They're both so caught up in the process, it hasn't even occurred to them to wonder if they're being robbed. Percy's been an invaluable accessory to the ruse. He now needs minimal instruction to play the role of Abby's mom's lover. They exchange racy photos and sex messages frequently between their phone calls. You've had a lot of fun photoshopping the head of the man she believes she's talking to onto the body shots, sourced from amateur porn. You get some racy Stevie pics back from her in return, but you spare Abby the trauma of sharing those with her. Percy has made plans to come to the island tomorrow to help out with some new projects you're working on. Having another set of hands will be helpful as you move into more ambitious phases of your brand's development, especially while you're trying to keep a low profile. Of course, it's nagging at you that the police have his photo. You still haven't told him yet. You just can't seem to fight in the right moment. It would be such a downer having to explain something like that when you're both having such a good time swindling billionaires. He's gonna get arrested as soon as he gets onto the island. Anyway, you'll get around to it someday. Besides, he knows perfectly well you're connected to a murder in the news, and now he must know how deeply implicated he is in a fraud scheme as well. No matter what you have or haven't told him, he has to understand the truth. There's no going back. For old time's sake, you head down the street of your apartment. The street of your apartment, that sounds weird. You haven't seen the place in weeks, not since the night this all began. No squad cars anywhere. Not surprising, since they probably have taken all the evidence they need from your place already. You suppose that means there's no reason to even try entering anymore? All your stuff, your beloved posters, liquor bottles, and nasty macaroni pots, it's all probably in an evidence room somewhere by now. You never liked the place much, but it's still sad to think that chapter of your life is over for good. You head back to the remote parking spot Abby found for you and begin your shoreline trek back to your hideout. You're in no hurry. You got this, posterized version of this California coast. I mean, it looks like the California coast. Though I suppose all coasts kind of look the same, ocean-wise. The scenic walk gives you more time to think about the big plans you have brewing and the preposterous amount of newfound financial flexibility you have to put them into motion. I can read. If only Percy knew what you really had in store for him on this island. Abby too, for that matter. But it's better to reveal your more ambitious ideas to people in smaller doses. Oh, you're having a mental breakdown. Sweetness. Okay, so we got her dad there, but who dad over there? What is that? Because that's a person, sure enough. Is it her mom this time? She has mommy issues, so it could be. Hello, daughter. Her mother's walking on water. Blink and it's gone. Blink and it's gone. Blink and it's gone. It gone. Is there a jump scare? Please don't be a jump scare. Oh, thank goodness I couldn't have handled the jump scare. Later. Back at this Moog mansion. How much... Okay, Abby, right. How much did they deposit today? Your dad put in around 350 million. Your mom only about 100 million. But that's actually a lot for her. The biggest deposit she's made yet. Wow. I can't believe how casually these people peel off another 100 million bucks like it's a $10 bill. Money seems so abstract and meaningless to them. No wonder this is turning out to be easy. I'm not sure I would call it easy. I feel depraved pretending to talk like a Republican. Saying some of the crap I've said made me feel so much dirtier than if all we were doing was stealing money. At least your side of the operation is more fun. I'm hardly even doing anything anymore. Percy's been doing most of it lately. He's coaching her very well on working their assets. He's turning out to be a pretty good con artist. Well, that's only because you are, and you're the one coaching him. I don't know, I've barely talked to these people at all, except for initially seducing your mom in the terrible email chain. You're the one who somehow turned your dad into a slobbering crypto junkie. Dude literally believes our entire economic system is on the brink of collapse, and Bitcoin is the only safe haven now. It's true. He's really obsessed with this project now. To be fair, our entire economic system actually is on the verge of collapse, but whatever. He won't even be affected by the collapse because of all his money will be gone by then. Haha, yeah. How much do we have now? About 5 billion. That's so much. It's certainly nothing to sneeze at. And you're absolutely sure it's like ours? Yes, except for what they deposited today. None of that money is still in my spoof wallets. I resell the coins quickly and spread it all across a bunch of foreign accounts. What? You actually just opened a bunch of Swiss accounts or something like in the movies? No, well, they're not mine exactly. They're all in your name. It's less suspicious that way since, you know, you're actually a rich person and I'm a wanted felon. When you look at it that way, I guess this is all really just an elaborate early inheritance scheme. Yeah. So they can't see that you're just sucking the bitcoins right out after they put them in? No, they only see what I want them to. The wallets make it look like the coins are still there. They'll only have to run into a problem if they try to sell them. I don't see that happening soon. Your folks are awfully bullish on crypto suddenly. When you say their money's all going to be gone, are you really going to try to get all of it? That would be ideal, but we're going to hit a wall soon. I don't think even your dad is dumb enough to convert his entire fortune into Bitcoin. And Percy tells me it sounds like the remaining assets are going to be a lot harder to move, much less liquidity I can read than whatever they've been trading to buy the coins that we've got to so far. He must be in really deep with my mom to find out anything like that. Oh yeah, he is. I mean, we both are. We tag-teamed this. I listen in on his calls with her and sometimes text him notes on where to steer the conversation. Oh. I'm in charge of supplying the thirst trap shots. What? Abs, this courtship is at a whole nother level now. Percy's getting on quite a show with his very masculine Republican-sounding voice. Naturally, there's going to be some sexting too. Like with actual photos. Percy sending my mom nudes? No. I just photoshopped them. It's easy to find face shots of this real dude she thinks she's talking to. I just paste them on top of, like, amateur prawn. LMAO. And boy, does she reciprocate. I must say, Abby, your mother is one hot, sizzling son of a gun. Oh, geez, I'm not sure I want to see any of this. Oh, I wasn't planning on sharing my gallery of your slutty mom shots. Don't worry. It's my private collection. Oh my gosh, you mischievous. Anyway, I can see where you get it from. Yowza. LOL. Yeah, she's quite attractive. I mean, she was a trophy wife once upon a time. Almost feel sorry for her developing a sort of kinship with her, actually. Why? Because we both want to rip off your dad. It just so happens I'm the only one actually succeeding. Whatever, she can take solace in the fact that her daughter turned out to be 1 billion times the gold digger than she ever was. That's true. Turns out I'm quite rich. And I had to do even less to get my shady funds than my criminal dad did. Now all I need is my own trophy wife. Abby, I said no. Ow. Hey now, let's be clear. Who would be the trophy wife? Okay, let me read that again. Ow. Hey now, let's be clear. Who would be whose trophy wife? If anything, you'd be mine since I have way more clout now. Excuse me, Z, but didn't I just hear you say that all these bank accounts are in my name? Dang, you're right. I guess I don't know whose money this really is. Well, according to the tenets of Praxis, nobody really owns it. It's all fake and just like gender and all the other stuff you like to rant about. Money is just a little numbers on the computers mostly, moving around all the time, but not really doing the world much good. So we might as well move it our way and make some better things happen. I can't believe how thoroughly I've converted you to Jubilitism. And I thought your parents are supposed to be the easy marks, falling for all this Bitcoin stuff, but you make them look like stone-faced skeptics. Lol, well, I have to keep sucking up to your whole clown religion if I want to be your trophy wife someday. How else am I going to cash in on my own money? Oh, that's extremely fair. Carry on with your butt kissing, then. You haven't even heard the good stuff yet. What's the good stuff? Like advanced lessons in Praxis. If you like what we've already been doing, the advanced stuff will knock your socks off. Oh, Lord. These are the types of methods we'll need to start employing if we want to get the rest of their money, plus a lot more from other sources. They aren't exactly the only billionaires in the world, you know. Unbelievable! You got $5 billion in the bank and you still want to keep hustling? Hell yeah. We're gonna steal from me now, because I'm a billionaire. See how this works? We're on a mission here. Why slow down? I just can't even imagine what you're planning on doing with all this money. You can't even show your face in public because you're a cop killer. It doesn't matter if you can't imagine it. I can. It all just feeds into more Praxis. More money, more publicity, more financial influence, the leverage around the world, more Praxis. Alright, but what if we slowed it down a bit and just try to enjoy this more? Enjoy more? I feel like I keep coming back to that. This is supposed to be fun. It is fun. Praxis is fun. It is its own reward. You know why people play pranks? Because it's fun. Okay, I can't argue with that. But it's also very risky, high-stakes stuff, and I don't know, there's other stuff to think about. Like what? Well, I have ideas too. Oh, do you now? Since when? Since always. I'm full of ideas. Not sure I like hearing this. I'm not getting myself a trophy wife so she can do a bunch of thinking. Lol, screw you. I'm not going to be your trophy wife. Either you're going to be mine, or the marriage is off. Holy crap, yes ma'am. So tell me your huge brain ideas when you're done with my, wow. I've been thinking a lot about your clown gender stuff. Yeah? Yes, it all sounds so silly at first, but it's kind of a brain worm. I've been considering where I fit in on the triangle. And what have you decided? Well, I don't know if anything fully speaks to me yet, and I just wonder if some adjustments could be made to the system. Adjustments? Yeah, I mean, since it's kind of a silly system that you just pulled out of your butt anyway. Abby, I did not pull this out of my butt. It's extremely serious. Oh, sure. Saying you identify as a clown gendered is the most serious thing in the world. Who would argue with that? You know what I mean. Yeah, I know you believe in the ideas. I'm just saying. Since you're so creative and all, and extra serious about gender philosophy, maybe you could, do something with horse gender. Horse gender! Yeah, why not? Abby, that is patently absurd. No, it's not. Not any more absurd than clown gender. But it doesn't have to be if you actually think about it and make it work. Come on, can't you do it for me? I think you just want to identify as horse gender no matter what logic I come up with. So what if I do? Isn't that my right? Well, yeah, it is. Maybe you have a good point. Dang it, I can't believe I'm letting you strong-arm me into revising my manifesto extemporaneously. I can read. Nobody would even know you're revising it. You can just release it in a new chapter, elaborating on it. Kind of like how you're still going to unveil advanced pranksis or whatever? That's true. Right, give me a minute. I'll sketch some ideas. What's it turning into, a square? Oh no, it's turning into a graph. You and Abby head right back into the gender drawing board. She's given you an interesting challenge. Handed you an oddly shaped shoe, if you will, and it's your job to make it fit. It looks like, wow. After playing with your continuum a bit, you decide to let it stay with pyramid format. You don't want to revolutionize your own system too much, since everybody's already acclimated to the logic of the pyramid. Your goal is to enrich everybody's understanding of gender, not vex them with increasingly convoluted nonsense. Yeah, right. Oh, music changed suddenly. Was that? Yeah, that was rather drastic. Okay. After a couple hours, you think you have something workable here. You and Abby are too excited about it to sit on it, though. You decide to improvise a live stream right now to inform everyone of your astounding new breakthroughs. I'm sure you'll all be thrilled to hear I've made some astounding new breakthroughs on the Jubilite philosophy of gender. I'd have just 2 words to say. Horse gender. Where have I heard this song before? I'm sure this is a song somewhere in the Homestuck original soundtrack that they just remixed, but whatever. As you can see, the pyramid is shaped continuum remains intact, but the y-axis has been expanded to go even lower, which means that while horizontally we have the conventional male-female gender spectrum, vertically we also have the clown-horse gender spectrum. Both axes are of course a fluid spectrum, and you can position yourself anywhere on this continuum that feels true to your experience. So what's horse gender? Glad you asked. It represents the extreme counterpoint to clown gender, where clown gender embodies a whimsical absolute lack of identification with the conventional gender spectrum, or even the entire idea of gender. Horse gender is the total opposite. It means extreme identification with any given gender on the horizontal axis. So if you're a horse-gendered male, it means you are saying you feel extremely male, strongly male. Or if you're a horse-gendered woman, you're like, dang, I am a woman. I feel like a woman. I guess an example of that would be like TERFs. Don't take that too literally. I don't want to taint horse gender for everybody right out of the gate. You could also be hella woman identified without being weird and turfy about it, and that would still be a totally valid horse gender feeling. Like my friend Abby, she's a proud horse woman. So I think you get the idea. Move up the scale towards clown and you hardly give a crap. You're a wild card, untethered from this maddening societal construct. Move down towards horse and you're digging in. Where clown is a symbol of whimsy, horse is a symbol of strength. Like you're hell yeah, this is gender and that's cool. Of course Aqueous would be on the bottom. Sorry. There's nothing wrong with that. The system accounts for it. All points on this continuum are equally valid, and notice in the middle of the scale vertically between horse and clown. That's just the average gender spectrum. That's where you are if you don't feel super strong or weak about your identity either way. And that's you also valid. Also, so having said that, allow me to illustrate some examples of putting this into practice as I see it. Now, oh wow, look at this! Oh wow, of course, JK Rowling and Obama. We got The Rock, we got Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber. With the mustache. Is that supposed to be Ellen? I can't tell. Oh, she'll probably explain it. Maybe. But Post Malone, of course, is closer to clown. Now, I don't claim to speak for these people. You should try to see these, like, as my headcanons. I guess they can come forward and set the record straight if they want. Haha, Post, I'm looking at you. Just joking, man. You don't gotta, but you can. What else is going to go on this? Let me see. I think the Obama placement is no-brainer. J.K. Rowling too. Now that's a horse-gendered woman if there ever was one. Hey, what do you want from me? She gets all up in this turfy crap. Seems to me she wants to park herself in a barn and make a big turfy bed made out of, like, hay or whatever, and wacky gender essentialism. Then she's more than welcome to do that. It just lands her on the horsewoman point of triangle is all I'm saying. When did all that whole J.K. Rowling thing, like, really hit the fan? Because I'm trying to think if that happened before or after this is supposed to be said. That's all I'm asking. I'm like, did this happen before, like, April 2020? Or, like, I guess it would be March 2020. Whatever. Click. Go on, let her whinny on. Or don't drag her to the glue factory if you really must. I'm not here to police your online activism. I'm only here to report on all the good stuff when it comes to my gender pyramid. The point is, all of this is accounted for in the diagram. Now know this and be free. All right, is that enough? Is that enough of that yet? You bet it is. Wow. Nay, sucker. Nay! Ooh, phone lights. Oh no, the room. It's lit up as bisexual again. Run. Run, Z. Run. Oh, no, she's gonna have a little chat with Riotous. Oh. She's outside and there's a clown horse. Can we get a closer look at that? Please tell me we get a closer look at this horse. Please tell me this is Hussy as a horse. Oh, we don't get to see it. I wanted to see it. Chaos reigns, apparently. To the sky. Oh, wow. Riotous has a hand now? And a bracelet? Is it Hussy as a clown? Green fingernails. Ah, diamonds. We get a clearer look at Riotous's face then. Clearer, anyway. So, hi. Your hair's looking bluer today. Oh, you actually got face. Hello. You have been doing very well. Knock knock, Mosakra. That's existential dread. Abby's asleep. Oh! Having a little talk with Mom and Dad, Bleedface. You can't escape us forever. We're gonna get closer. The next day. Oh, Percy's coming to town. Nice parking. Jerk. You check your phone and notice the date happens to be the 20th of May, exactly 1 month since the night you went on that fateful drive with your manifesto. Today, Percy is scheduled to arrive so he can assist with new projects. You wait for his ferry from inside the Bentley, parked a distance to stay out of sight. You haven't been here since the night you disposed of the squad car. You find yourself glancing in that direction now and then. You have no idea if they dredged the car out of the water yet, or if they even figured out that's where it ended up. That incriminating dashboard camera footage was probably completely wiped out after being submerged in salt water for weeks. You guess you're relieved about that, but then with the amount of hysteria there is about this case in the media, that footage hardly seems to matter anymore. You're who they're looking for, and nothing can change that. Again, you could have left the car alone, and yes, they would have caught you shooting the cop, but they also would have seen that the cop shot first, and it would have been a lot less of incriminating evidence. Anyway, all you really need to do now is make sure you don't get caught. Knock knock, Mosakra. Percy! Where is you? Ah, the fairy is in. Good. Ah, Percy. He's got a stupid mask on his face. Yeah, I forgot when this took place. There's Percy. He radiates the nervous energy of an eager simp. He looks around for you, but of course you won't be getting out of the car. You'll just text him to come find you. Oh, crap. Yep, told you, as soon as he steps on the island, he's getting arrested. Mask can't hide his identity. It can barely keep out COVID. Crap, crap, crap. They took off his mask. The cops must have been waiting for Percy to arrive before making their move. Were they tracking him from the mainland too? How'd they figure out who he was? A. Facial recognition software exists unless NCIS is lying to me again. Maybe they ran some there we go. They ran some facial recognition software on the photo you sent and something finally turned up in their system. Whatever the case, this won't do it all. If they take him into custody, interrogate him, and take his phone, this is all over. They'll close in on you and Abby in no time, and they'll probably tell Abby's mom. You need to deal with this now. Oh no! You're doing something stupid again! Doing something stupid again. Here we go. Bish. Are you gonna ram the car? You just T-boned that car. Girl. Calm it down a hair. Oh, she has the gun. She picked it up again. Well, everyone knows now. And now they know. Now they know. Now they know she's shooting more people again. And now there's people. Like actual people. Because this is broad effing daylight. Because you're stupid. And there's someone recording. Woman's running away. You're still shooting the car. There's a person with a goatee and a bald head. Watching. He's like, ah, sweet. Percy's like, oh crap. Dun dun. You need to get off the street fast. Your car is totaled and Abby's house is too far away. You look around for shelter, any place at all that could get you out of broad daylight for a little while. You remember the restaurant you used to work at is down the street. Hopefully the owner still has shut it down due to the pandemic. That would be an ideal hideout for the rest of the day while this blows over. You head down the alley into the back entrance. There's a good chance it's locked, but that shouldn't be a problem. I'll just shoot the lock. Ricochet? Never heard of her. It's green in here. It's dark inside. All the tables and chairs are put away. Looks like no one set foot in here since the last day you waited tables. Perfect. What kind of diner is this? Oh, you're bleeding. Because you got hit with a ricochet bullet? Or no, because you crashed your car. Not your car, Abby's car. So that's another thing tying you to her and her to you. Good. Well, perfect for hiding, but in most other ways, far from perfect. This is a mess. There is no drowning the evidence for what you did this time. You murdered 2 cops out in the open, and the dashboard cameras surely caught it this time. There were a few eyewitnesses as well. You'll be hearing about this on the news before the end of the day, no question. Yep, 10,000 levels of worse. You are the worst. Maybe within the hour. Yeah, maybe I'm stupid. You revisit your memories of working at this restaurant with a mysterious pang of nostalgia. You used to hate this place. You resented the tourists, the bad tips, the terrible boss, but seeing it empty and dark like this, it reminds you that things may never return to the way they once were. They certainly won't for you, after what you just did. Yeah, Percy's like, You nearly forgot about Percy. He stands there shaking, terrified, still cuffed. You just realized he probably assumes he just got arrested for his involvement with a Bitcoin fraud. Maybe you do have some explaining to do. Hey, Percy, are you okay? Oh man, you're bleeding. Dang, wait. Well, that's just my blood. I guess I screwed myself up in the crash. I thought one of my bullets got you. Listen, there's something I need to confess. You know how I've been saying all those cop-killing accusations are lies? Well, I actually did it. I killed the cop in self-defense and covered it up. I mean, maybe that's not the stunning news I think it is, considering, like, I just shot 2 cops right in front of you to bust you out of custody. Boy, gonna get PTSD. LMAO. Okay, that's not actually what I wanted to confess. See, the reason they arrested you is man, why is this so hard to admit? The cops got your picture because I roped you into all this Bitcoin stuff. That's what it was. Yeah. It's all my fault. I got you into this mess. I suckered you into our pranksters racket, and now you're a wanted felon just like me. In my defense, I was just having too much fun scamming those rich boomers with you. You're a natural at it, and I was on such a roll making fake amateur nudes in Photoshop and stuff. Maybe this sounds selfish of me, but I wouldn't change a thing, even though I got you in trouble with the law. Well, it got us both in trouble. I know how you must be feeling. I've been feeling it for weeks. That sense that your life is never going to be the same again, that you'll always be looking over your shoulder, that the name Percy is forever going to be associated with these crimes and there's nothing left to do but keep fighting until the threat is fully destroyed. I like the music's all dark and serious, like, no, you crazy. But here's the good news. No matter how much the media drags the name Percy through the mud from now on, we both know that there is no Percy anymore. Percy died today. Well, that's the words of a completely sane person. You're no longer a humble human simp. You are a jubilite now and forever. You are Percy. Is she gonna make out with him right now? Yo. Percy? This isn't worth it, my dude. My dude, do not be. His eyes are still open, so I'm assuming he's still catatonic over all this. Anywho, it's nighttime. Police cars are still going around. They've surrounded every single block. And that's the end! Oh, wow. She just got 10 times worse. I mean, we didn't get to see a body this time around, but still, wow. I'm assuming we're not supposed to be rooting for these characters, right? Right. Hussey might love, like, all of the, like, clowny, like, communist stuff going on in here, all the socialist stuff. But he hates the characters. At least I think he does. I'm gonna save even though it does absolutely jack. And I can't. See? I can't even save. Look at that. What? What? Is this just the thing? Is this something that you do for lols? Is this for the lols, Hussey? Is this for lols? Anyway. Let's get back to that main menu. Okay. This is going downhill even faster than I thought. I mean, I like some anti-heroes, but there are some anti-heroes where I'm like, we are going off the rails and we need to calm down now. But yeah. Right. Okay, at the very least, this is a good break from, like, the crazy amount of, like, you know, stuff I'm doing for, like, the 413 thing. Hopefully I can get that done, please. I'm hoping, please Jesus, let me get that done. It's a lot of work, and it hurts to look at screens after a while. I should probably put this on like nightlight mode so at least everything's yellow and I won't go blind in a couple years. But yeah, enough rambling from me. I gotta go get this edited so it can be brought up tomorrow, which is Thursday, which would be today if you guys are watching this right now. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye!
Hey there. Consider becoming a patron, just like the phenomenal Bleed Red, Alexander Madeline, Uranium Coffee, Ryan Nelson, and Runda.